Before you write a single GraphQL query in Shopify, there are few things you must know. Most developers skip these steps and then wonder why their API calls fail, why they can't access data, or why Shopify keep throttling them. In this video, I will show you everything you need before you start using the Shopify GraphQL Admin API so your setup is clean, fast, and problem free from day one. So right now I am at the GraphQL Admin API reference of the Shopify website. The Admin API lets you to build apps and interaction that extend and enhance the Shopify admin. So we have the documentation over here. There are different client libraries you can use. For the React library, for the React router, you can use this npm package, and for the node you can use this npm package, and similarly for the Ruby and curl and others, you can see the command sorted library from there. So first of all, we need to authenticate our request. All the GraphQL Admin API requests require a valid Shopify access token. If you use the Shopify client library, then this will be done for you. Otherwise, you should include your token as a X Shopify access token header on all the GraphQL query. So if you are using the GraphQL Shopify GraphQL app, you don't need the Shopify access token. You can simply run this query and you will be able to get the data of the store. So if I run this query, I am able to get the data and the shop, the name of my shop, and the extension where all the query cost is mentioned, how much our query cost was, and how much we are allowed to use. So there is 2000 and we only this query only cost only 1. So this is the limit we have. So this is the app, or if you use any client library, you don't have to write the X Shopify access token. But what if you want to access the same data from the from Postman? For example, you would like to get the data from here, and how you can do that? So for this, you need to have X Shopify access token. And if I go to the documentation, I need to send request at this endpoint. I will copy and paste, and that will be post request. And from here, you need to change your store URL. So my store URL is this wixo-checkout, and I will replace this with the store name. I will replace this, and now I can make request to this endpoint, and this is the API version 2025-10. This is the latest version I can use over here. And for the header, I need Shopify access token. So if I go to the curl, I will copy this Shopify access token. This is the key X Shopify token, and from where you can get this X Shopify token, you need to go to your store and go to the setting. Let me open this in a new window. Go to the settings and then go to apps and sale channel and develop app, and then create an app over here and name it anything you would like. So I will name it GraphQL tutorial, and I will create a new app to get the new Shopify access token. Okay, from here I will configure the admin API scope. What access scope I will have with this access token. So for the moment I will say I need products, read and write products, and I will save that, and then I will click on the API credentials, and I need to install this app in my store to get the X Shopify access token. So it will reveal only one time, so you need to keep that saved at some secure place. Copy this, and now I will paste that over here. And in the body I will choose the GraphQL query, and if I go back here and copy this query and paste that query over here and try to send this request from the Postman, you can see we get the data. Similarly, we have over here in the GraphQL, Shopify GraphQL app. So this is installed in your store. You don't need Shopify access token, but if you are accessing it from outside of your store, or you are not using the library, then you need to enter the X Shopify access token manually over here. So let's go back here in the admin API reference, and you can see there are different endpoints and queries. So GraphQL use only this endpoint. You can change the API version from here, but rest of the endpoint will be same. So all the GraphQL queries will go on to the GraphQL.json, and you can use the GraphQL Explorer and the GraphQL app. This is the GraphQL for Admin API Explorer. You can use this Explorer to make some GraphQL queries. And if I go down, there are different topics which we can use to make the GraphQL query. Okay, so let's start the simple one and get the data about the products. And okay, there are queries. Query mean you can only get the data from your store. Mutation mean you can update or add data in your store or delete data in your set. You can make the mutation. So whenever you need to change something, you will do mutation, and if you need to fetch the data from Shopify, you will use the query. So if I go to the queries and go to the products, and here you will see how we can get the products. So retrieve a list of the product. There are different type of the queries. This is for the React router, this is for the curl, and this is the GraphQL query. So we will mostly be using the GraphQL query get products. This is the function, and in the products we will type first 10. This is the input, and if you type first 10, it will only grab the first 10 product. And in the nodes you will define what information you need. In this case we are getting only ID and the title. So you will get something like this, the ID and the title. So let's copy this, or copy this and run this query in our GraphQL app. And if I run this query, I will be able to get the data, then products, and in the nodes I get the product title and the product ID for the 10 products, and the cost of the query is 6. And if I go back here, and how I would know how many fields I can get. So If you can read the documentation and you can go to the nodes, and you can in the nodes you can see show more, and here you will see all the fields related to the nodes. Like if you would like to get the description of the product, you can simply go back here and type description, HTML description, or you can enter, and you can just simply press Control spacebar from your computer, and you can get all the uh, related field. Like if I need a handle of this product, if I run this query, and this time I am able to get the description HTML and the handle of the products as well. And if I copy this, and I can change the how many I need only one product. I can test only one product. This one product cost me only 3, and I am able to get the ID and the title and the description. And similarly, I can copy this query and go back to my Postman and paste that query over here and send a request, and you will see we get the same information, and it has the data object, and inside we have product nodes, and we can use this query to fetch the first product. Okay, then I go back to the GraphQL query again, and from here you can see different option, different examples. If you click on this drop down, retrieve multiple set of the product with a single query. So this time you can get new products and the old products as well. So you can add multiple set in your query. So let's copy this and see what we get. Okay, now newest product, we will type first 5 and reverse true. When you set the reverse true, you will get the latest product, and if you don't set reverse true, then you get the old products. So let's run this query, and you will see we get these products. These are the newest product, and these are the oldest product. And similarly, you can copy this query and go back here in the Postman, and you can paste that GraphQL query over here and make the request, and you will be able to get the data easily. Okay, next, if I go back to the documentation and retrieve a product IDs from the published product post, here is the example of that GraphQL query, and retrieve the first 10 product after the given cursor, retrieve first 10 product associated with the product type, retrieve first 10 product updated after a specific date. So you can enter the this query, and you can enter the date, and you will get those products. And similarly, retrieve the 10 most recent product created, and retrieve the total inventory in the price range of the product. You can get that information with the help of this query. And if you don't know, if you would like to get something else which is not given over here, what you can do, you can go to the assistant and create a new chat, and I will clear the history. So you can write your query over here. For example, can you tell me how many fields are associated with the product object? And it is going to tell you how many product fields are associated. There are extensive number of fields like type, name, kind, and there are so many things. So can you give me the query to get the maximum data about the product? So now it will give you the query, or you can tell your requirement what kind of data you need to get about the product, and it is writing me GraphQL query for me. and then I will copy and paste and test that. Okay, now it has given me a bigger query. I can get the product detail of specific product ID. So let's copy this and go back here and replace that over here. So we need a product ID which we can get from here. If I go to the product and if I click on any of the product like this one, and from here I can copy and paste the uh, product ID, and I will replace this ID over here and run this query. And now you can see we have the ID, title, description, handle, product type, vendor, tags, and status, created ad, updated ad, published ad, and the options, and the images, and the variant data. In the variant we have ID, title, SKU, price, inventory, how much inventory we have. So we get the extensive amount of data with the help of this query. And similarly, we can run the same query in the Postman. So if I copy and paste the GraphQL query over here and send the request to the Shopify Admin API, I will be able to retrieve the specific data. Okay, now if you would like to get the same amount of data of first 10 products, so as you can say, can you fetch the same amount of data of first 10 products? And this time it will give you a new query to fetch the data about first 10 products. Before that we get only the specific product data, but now this time we are going to get the first 10 products data. And similarly I will copy this and go back here, and before I send the request, you can see before that it was cost us 17, but if I run this query and it fetch the first 10 product data, it is a long query and a lot of information. And if you go down and check the query cost, and this time we cost it 1770, which is very big, and you still have the max available 2000. So in one query you can get the maximum data about the product, about anything, and from their assistant you can make any kind of GraphQL query if you have trouble reading the documentation. But their documentation is very easy to follow. You can see the examples, you can see the response, and you can get the curl request, React Router, and Node.js, how you can use that in the Node.js and the Ruby as well. So very extensive documentation, and I hope this video makes sense to you. Please let me know if you have any question in the comment below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.